to. All right, so we are live now on Facebook. So you should be able you should be able to pull it up on your Facebook. It's on my business page at Moving to Texas. But yeah, so what's going on, man? How have you been? How's your
Good,
week?
good. Week's been good. Been busy. I'm on the phone and doing Zoom calls now more than ever, even when it was super, super busy, which is nice because it's kind of grounding me back into the business, the connectivity component of reaching into the database and touching base with people, and more just, now more than ever, it's about service over sales. So really just checking in to see how people are doing, and really it not being anything to do with real estate, which is nice. And kind of my peeps, they know that's what I'm about, not just real estate. What about you? How are you doing?
What you are a boot.
What I am about living in Canada, eh?
No, things have been going well. As you said too, like it's been busy. And I think that there's a lot of things from all of this that we're going to take away to implement in our business in long term, right? So like, I was talking to someone the other day that like was looking to sell, and their house is like about 30 minutes away from where I live, and we were able to have a conversation, go over all of the data. I was able to pull stuff in real time and share my screen with them. And we had an awesome conversation. And I was like, just thinking about it afterwards, like, okay, we had a 30-minute call where we're both sitting in our own living rooms, right? Like I would have been driving 30 minutes, making sure I'm getting there early, right? Having a 30-minute meeting, probably an hour meeting, and then driving home another 30 minutes. That's 2, maybe 3 hours of my day, right? So it's like, if I have meeting after meeting after meeting via Zoom, that's just like a lot more to do. So just kind of crazy. Time-wise.
I wish I bought shares in Zoom.
I know. Who would have known though? So I feel thankful that I've used it, like, between like coaching calls and masterminds and things like that I have like the experience of using it, because I know some people don't, and like there's some learning curve there, So
I love your post when it talked about like, being able to change the Zoom background. I thought that to be such a timely post, and people like really, really like, I liked it as well. It's interesting in that in this landscape of like COVID and, lockdown, stay at home and things, the agents who have always used technology in their business, I find, have positioned themselves in the best way. And like people are like, now I'm doing all these virtual listing presentations and virtual buyer seminars. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, great. Like these are tools that we were always using beforehand. Right. So I think the consumer, like kind of the savvy consumer, the savvy clients are kind of like, yeah, like this is what people have been doing pre-COVID. Right. So it's interesting to kind of see both sides, like agents being like, I'm getting into it. This is great. I'm doing these platforms. And then you have some of the savvy clients being like, yeah, well, this has been done for a while now. Right. So it's kind of nice to see that dichotomy, but I'm all for agents doing this right now. Now more than ever, everyone has to step up and utilize the tools in front of them.
So funny thing with the Zoom video that I made about changing your Zoom background is because whenever I would post pictures on like Instagram on my stories with a different background, people would always ask me, how did I do that? And I found myself explaining it over and over and over again. And I'm like, hey, if I can just put this out here and so one more person can change their background and I'm sitting on the beach, then cool. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
That kind of helpful information.
Yeah. It's awesome. Keep going.
Cool. All right. So, hey guys, we are starting to get some people joining here. We're a couple minutes after 2, so we'll get started here in a second. If you are watching, let us know in the comments where you are watching from. We know it's probably your living room couch, so maybe city or area would be great, just to say hello. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Katie Day. I'm a real estate agent in Houston, Texas. And I am joined by my good friend, Stephen Kim Holmes. That is actually not his full name. His full name is just Stephen Kim, but he is a real estate agent in Canada, just north of here in Canada. He is a coach with Tom Ferry. He is a content master. So the topic that I wanted him to talk about today was just all things content. One thing that I think Stephen and I actually met via Instagram, I guess. We're actually not really sure how we met, but we met over Instagram.
We met over Instagram. I don't know who ended up following who first. What was crazy is like this is just the power of social media, is that if you can truly convey your authenticity in your posts and not come across as someone that you're not, like the whole fake it to make it thing, that first interaction, like when we met each other in the gym early morning of the first day of Summit, it was like, hey, how's it going? Like, it was just an instantaneous connection. It was honestly, like, that's the power of social media, and I love it so much. So that's how we met. You probably forgot, but that's
I knew that the social media thing was there first, but yeah, it was at the gym at Summit last year.
Yeah,
I think
awesome.
you were just, you know, finishing up your 100th push-up, 1000th push-up, I think it was actually, and I was, you know, just lifting lots of weights as well. So it was just like, you know, we were just really grinding out there. Anyways, I'm kidding. We weren't. Anyway, so all right. We're also very awkward people, if you haven't realized that by now. So anyway.
Well, I'm awkward because like half of my face is frozen right now. So if people can see me, they're kind of like, that there's that going on. But you know what? When Katie needs me to step up, I'm always there for her. So I'm excited to be here and to kind of share the strategies and content that I'm putting out right now. And so it's an open book. Like, people who follow me, people who DM me, I just tell them, I'm like, if you need to copy it, then copy it and do it, because I never want it to be content that stops you or prevents you from actually executing on video, because a lot of people get stuck there. Like, you know, there's kind of the forever planners. They plan till they're blue in the face, and then they end up never executing. If there's one message that I can get across being on kind of your Facebook Live, is the fact that when you put out videos, and as you continue to put out videos, it's the pursuit of progress, not the pursuit of perfection. You look at Katie, she's pumping out like high level videos every single day. There are agents out there who are pumping out high grade professional videos every single day. Katie, let me ask you, are you 100% satisfied with where you are all the time with your video? Like, by your reaction, you're like, no, I'm not. Stay with me. Like, when I shoot videos, you know, and I make a mistake talking, or it doesn't look good here, the thing is like, it's not the pursuit of perfection, it's the pursuit of progress. What's your message? If it's a good message you want to get out there, then don't worry necessarily about the lighting, the equipment, what you're going to say. Just get it out there. That should never be the obstacle or the crutch as to why you're not executing on social media. That's me on my high horse right then and there.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for your time. It's been a pleasure. No, so let's dig into some of your content, kind of what's behind kind of your schedule and things like that. So for those of you that don't follow him, he has very graciously put his handle in as his name. So on Instagram, Stephen Kim Holmes, that's also his Facebook page name. He pumps out so much content. I think, I don't want to steal your presentation or steal your thunder, but you know, as you get your screen pulled up and stuff like that, one thing that I know he does is he shoots like one day a month or one day a week or whatever it may be. I don't know what your current schedule is, and shoots like thousands of videos all at one time, right? So instead of being like, oh geez, today's Tuesday, I need to shoot my video for Tuesday, it's already done. He just needs to put it out. So I think that's something that is definitely helpful to, yeah, there we go. To do your content. So that's just something to think about there. As he gets this pulled up, and then as we dig into some of his content and what's behind the method behind his madness, if you guys have questions, please drop them in the comments, because we would love to answer them. But I'll let you dig in and I'll stop talking. So
no, thanks so much. I appreciate kind of the intro and the segue. So, you know, I'm pulling up my Instagram. I'm the most active on Instagram right now. And so really being able to time chunk the videos is imperative, because never do I wake up on a Tuesday and be like, oh my gosh, what home tip Tuesday am I putting out today? I never wake up on a Monday morning and be like, what motivation Monday am I going to do? Things are already pre-recorded, pre-planned out, and shot essentially. So the thing is, like, you know, Katie, before we went live, I was sharing with you, I have, for some of my content, I'm already 60 days ahead. So for May and June, I already have like the home tips and the Think About It Thursdays, some of the GeoFarm R Hill things. So it's always being able to ensure that you manage the time, you time block it or chunk it into your schedule to shoot for the day. So for me, Monday mornings, everyone, or my team knows, Monday mornings from 10:30 till about 3, I just shoot video, I edit, scripting, things like that. And in that time period, I can probably get about 1 to 2 weeks ahead. So Monday mornings, I don't book anything, no showings, no appointments, no phone calls, nothing. I need to do that. And so people are like, and I get this all the time. People are like, what's the ROI on video? What's the ROI? And it's such an agent question I get. And so the first 8 months of me doing a video every single day, it was crickets. I didn't hear anything. But my play was not just, I'm only doing this to get something in return. My play in the very beginning with videos was, I just want to provide you a real look into who I am and to provide you some sort of value. So my play was value, not vanity. And so that's going to take patience, right? So for agents out there who farm areas, that like, I'm going to put out a mailer and I'm just going to wait for my phone to ring or my clients to come to my office. It doesn't work like that. Like geo farms take anywhere from like 2 to 3 years for you to start getting the return. It was about the 8-month mark when I started getting these like warm leads, and the leads were like this. Hey man, I've been watching you for the past 6, 7, 8 months. You're very different than a lot of other realtors I see on social media. Are you up for a chat? Can you talk to me about this property? I'm looking to buy my first place. Can we talk? And it was interesting that started to happen because it was through the consistency of always being there in front of your face. And I'm not saying right now you're watching this, the goal is to pump out 1 or 2 videos every single day. No, but you got to start though. Even if you start with 1 video a day, that's better than nothing. And right now the viewership is through the roof. So filming happens on a Monday. I do post 1 to 2 videos every single day. It didn't start that way though, right? And so I've kind of evolved here, and it's, again, just going to continue to be an evolution moving forward. So I do want to share a couple of things with you. So my workflow is this. So let's start here. So this is every Monday, I do a Motivation Monday. And really, Katie, you know me, this is really who I am. Sometimes people are like, you got a lot of energy, you need to relax. The thing is, I'm just kind of like this. And so this Motivation Monday, the inspiration for this was the fact that I was an elementary school teacher for 16 years. I taught grade 8. And let me tell you, if you can't bring it on a Monday morning at 8:20 with 33 grade 8 students, you're in the wrong profession and they're going to eat you alive. So this was just a direct, this just kind of stemmed off from like Monday mornings. This is what Mr. Kim used to do. So this straight here is a value play. Monday mornings, start of the work week. Some people don't like what they're doing. I'm just hoping that one person who hears this message, maybe it motivates them. Most importantly, hopefully it inspires them to actually act or execute on something. Home Tip Tuesdays. Every single realtor in the world should be pumping out a home tip. I think this is one piece of content we all should be putting out. We preview hundreds, if not thousands of properties every single year. We have such a wealth of knowledge of home maintenance. Not that we're home inspectors, but there are little things, DIYs, check your furnace filter or replace your furnace filter. These little reminders, these are value plays. And you'll notice that every single one of my videos, I never say, hey, if you're looking to buy or sell or your house, you got to use me. That's not it, because then that just muddies up that value proposition you were giving. On Wednesdays, I do my GeoFarm, which is Richmond Hill. So it's called #RHill. And so I've switched gears right now because I used to promote local events kind of before COVID. Now during COVID, I'm highlighting through a podcast all of the great Richmond Hill small businesses that are still operating in a safe way. And me being a resident of Richmond Hill, it's my civic duty and responsibility to try to promote and support as many of our local businesses as possible. So I think this is one piece of content right now that every single person should be putting out, regardless of if you're a realtor or not. If you're an active community member, 1,000,000%, start pumping at this level of content. It just shows that you're an authentic person who cares about your community, and you're not just someone in the community that's looking to like get business. This is not that play. It's straight value. Am I talking too much right now, Katie? I want to.
No, you're good. So there is a question about you shooting and how you shoot everything in one day. Do you change your wardrobe so it looks like you're wearing something different?
100%. 100%. I change. I'll come in with, a week's worth of wardrobe. So if it's a few shirts, a couple of suits, whatever the case may be, yeah, everything is wardrobed on Monday.
Yeah. What's great about my outfits is I just wear different colored polos. So I just need to bring in like 4 different colors and I'm good,
Yeah, it's interesting because I remember the funny thing about this is in managing or time chunking all of the the videos that I shoot on one day. I remember when I went away for Christmas, I took the family away on vacation for 2 weeks. My video step still went out every single day over the course of 2 weeks. And one of my good buddies, who I didn't tell I was on vacation, I had shared with him, hey, I went on a cruise, things like that. He's like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, you are still putting out videos every single day. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm shooting those videos much in advance, So it just helps with the workflow, right? So again, I never want it to be like, today's a busy day, and because of that, I'm not going to do a video. It's very much embedded into my actions through the week and in my business plan.
Yeah.
So great question.
All right, so following for the week, and then Fridays. Fridays are my favorite. Can we talk about Fridays?
I know, they're Fridays are everyone. So Thursdays, or think about it, Thursdays, I'm a big proponent of great quotes. It's something that I always do in with my grade 8 class, is like deep dive into quotes. So this is a Think About It Thursday. On Thursday as well, twice a month on Thursdays, I do another Geo Farm. So this is a condo community in Toronto called Liberty Village. So it's called #Liberty. So I'll pump this in on a Thursday. Foodie Fridays are huge. Everyone loves food. Everyone wants to know where to go. I think it's one of the most searched things in Google, like where to eat. So because we're realtors, and because me in particular, I love food, we go to so many different communities all of the time, meeting new clients, preview new properties. Katie, I know you do this, and I love them. These foodie posts are tremendous. And it's just simply you in a car or in front of the restaurant being like, hey, I'm in the heart of Toronto, checking out this new burger joint, Dave Burgers, whatever you want to call it. And that's it. I'm not giving a review. I'm not giving anything. I'm just letting you know where I'm eating. And so organically, in less than a week, this is pretty good. Like 606 views. My following count is like, what, 30%? Or sorry, 3,000. This is a good hitting post. So the food posts always really do really, really well.
Is that sushi?
Yeah. Looks pretty good, eh?
Looks really good.
I know. And so people are like, how do you do that? Like, how do you get the pictures? On your phone. Everything's done on your phone. So a little hack that I have with my phone, I have an iPhone. Just go into your camera app, open it up, and then I hit portrait. And when I hit portrait, I hit studio light. And so I find that to be kind of the richest and deepest colors. And then before I actually post it, I'll go and I'll edit it. I'll change the brightness and the contrast before I post it. And this post is simple. This is simply me in my car with my iPhone talking forward facing into the camera, just saying, hey, I'm in front of Arua Sushi, blah, 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 whatever. I'll take a picture of what I'm eating, and then I'll just throw this into PhotoGrid. And PhotoGrid is so easy. You click the picture and you click the video, and then it gives you a bunch of templates you can use. This one requires almost no editing whatsoever.
Yeah, so that's a lot of people out there are asking about video editors. I'm gonna stop sharing your screen for right now, just so we can chat for a little bit. So yeah, we've gotten a couple questions. Julia, Varsha both asked about video editors. So I know you use Premiere Pro and stuff, and some more high-tech stuff for some of your market updates and green screens and stuff like that. But for just your taking a picture of food and tossing a video of you selfie talking in your car, what do you do? What's the process to get to that?
So even to before we did A-roll and B-roll edits, so you'll notice that foodie post is me starting off again. This is the brand. Your face is the brand. You always want to make sure that your face shows up on every single one of your videos, because that's your brand. Consistency is key. So you'll see me talking, hey, Steve Yin here in the heart of Thornhill. And then after that, you'll see me just panning the food, but you still hear me talking. We call that B-roll. So A-roll is you see me talking, and then B-roll is kind of the nice cinematic spans, but you hear me talking, but you see the food. So we do that. So that's easy. You can do that through iMovie. Adobe Premiere Pro is great. I love it. Adobe Rush is an app you can use on your phone. Really, really simple and straightforward. But before you do that, I would say dabble in iMovie Editor first. The Final Cut Pros and the Adobes are just one level higher. But if editing is going to stop you, then don't even worry about editing. Try filming it in one take, A-roll. Hey, Steve Kim here, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about any of the B-roll. Because that foodie post is, you see that nice sushi platter, it looks nice. It's engaging. You're going to click on it. 9 times out of 10, you don't even care what I'm saying. You're just fixated on the image. So before you even get into editing, I would say just put out the A-roll content of just your face talking and embed it. So PhotoGrid is a phenomenal app. PhotoGrid, you take the video.
PhotoGrid.
Yeah, PHOTOGRID, and it's free. It's great. So use that. There's so many different templates. If you take 4 cool pictures of food, you can take 4 pictures, and then you can add your video on top of that with different templates.
Cool.
Someone said, Varsha said, "Oh my gosh, what is up here? Editing stops me from shooting." Okay,
I think that you covered that. Start out with iMovie, Adobe Rush on your phone, scale it from there. And that's something I used iMovie. The thing that I really like about iMovie, if you have an iPhone, iPad, and MacBook computer, is that you can transfer the project from one to another. So you can shoot it all on your phone and then transfer it to your computer and edit it there.
I think when I met you, you were doing iMovie, and you're like, "What editor am I using?" And I was like, "Adobe." And now I see you doing all the Adobe, which is awesome.
Yeah, well, and so I used to do a lot of like graphic design stuff. So I have like Photoshop and stuff like that experience. But as far as using Premiere Pro, it was just like a little daunting, right?
Yeah, it is. But that's the thing. So people look at the editors and they're like, "Oh, the editor, I can't do it. So because I can't do it, I'm going to stop."
Yeah.
Don't stop, because again, pursuit of progress, not perfection. That should never be the crutch as to why you start.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Cool. What other tips do you have? I know that so one of the other things that Steven does is he does training and like classes, right? Sometimes for social media and for video and stuff like that. So what are some other tips, or what are some other, easy takeaways that you could provide to people?
The first thing is just have good content. And that's so subjective to say have good content. What I mean by that is I follow off the rule of 80-20. So 80% of my posts are personal. The other 20% of my posts are professional. Now, moving forward, when I actually kind of look at it, it's more like 90% of my posts these days have been personal, 10% have been professional. So I did a little test last year in Q4. So for people not in real estate, Q4 is the last 3 months out of the year. I didn't post a single just listed, just sold, nothing. I didn't post any of that on my real estate specific Instagram page at Stephen Kim Homes. Well, what happened? People would say, well, you probably didn't get any leads. My business went up 22% in Q4 because I track and measure my numbers, up 22% in Q4. Last year, 40% of my business came straight from social media organic leads, not paid. These are people that have been following me and watching me, and finally, got to the point they're like, okay, I'm going to reach out to this guy. And it's crazy because when they meet me in person, they're like, oh my gosh, you're exactly like how you are in real life. So I would say start off with good content, things that people can relate to, and follow that rule of 80-20%. Start off with the month of May, right? For the month of May, I'm going to commit to 1 to 2 videos, but be consistent. When I mean commit, like, is it going to be a Tuesday and a Friday every week? Because then people know, oh, Katie Day's going to be here with a Tuesday tip. Stephen Kim's going to be here on a Friday. There has to be consistency in the week. So if it's 1 video, 2, make sure it's the same. Make sure you follow the 80-20 rule. I need to see more personal content from you than real estate. Realtors, I watch you. A lot of you follow me and I follow you back. A lot are making the same catastrophic mistake, in that you're following into something called the sea of sameness. Just listed, just sold. Hey, I'm at my open house. Nobody cares and nobody can connect with you. I'll say it again. Nobody cares and nobody can connect with you because you're at an open house or you just sold a property with 100 offers. No, there's no connection. There's no connection. The connection comes in the personal content. Like Tom Ferry says, and I love Tom Ferry, find your tribe. So a lot of the times people just want to do what everyone is doing. They want to be a generalist. I'm like, that's not a good way to run your business. Be you, do you, and trust me, you'll find your tribe. You'll find if you're like an 80-year-old cat woman who loves to knit, Tuesdays and Thursdays, trust me, there are many, many other people who love cats and who love to knit that will watch your content. So, I just want the realism to come through on people. I think that's the biggest thing. Just be real.
Yeah, no, cool. I would agree with that. And I think the thing about video and I'm going to tell a funny story about you here in a second, but I think the thing about video that I like the most is that I do hope that my true personality shines through for those of you that know me, you know, and I think that, but I think that that's like the thing that's great, right? Is like people either like you or don't like you, and I'd rather you know that before we work together than us find that out while we're working together. So, you know, I think that, and I think I agree with what you're saying. I still do post, you know, our property tours and our property videos and things like that to obviously get the views, and stuff from that. But I would say the majority of our content is other stuff that adds value in some way. So, yeah, I mean, I think that that's one thing.
So let me ask you, Katie. So then,
yeah,
because this is your Facebook Live,
it is, yeah.
and your programming, do you get more leads from your personal content or more leads from your real estate content?
So, I think that's a little bit of something that's not necessarily quantifiable, right?
Okay.
I think that it's a combination of both. Because the reason why I say that is like, it's not like someone's like, hey, I just saw your post about 123 Main Street and that is why I am now direct messaging you, right? They see content, house, content, house. And then they say, okay, I like these listings. Maybe that's what hooked me, but then I'm staying here because I'm getting information about the housing market. I'm getting information about the city. I'm getting information about the neighborhood that I want to live in. So now I'm going to message you. So I think that it's all of the things. It's not like they're like, hey, I saw this video and now I want to work with you, you know?
It's interesting that, and I 100% agree with you. I actually go and I ask people, I'm like, you know, can you share with me, what was the one post that like really resonated with you?
Yeah.
Because I asked them that because for me, I just want to know, because I have a theory, and the theory is it's true that less than 10% of every lead I've ever received on social media, less than 10% has come from a professional post.
Yeah.
The vast majority is like your food post. I love your motivation. I love your quotes. I love your vlogs. For me, I'm like, yes, because this is the way that it works.
Yeah.
This is
So my funny story about you is I was on a panel. I guess this was now 2 weeks ago. I was on a panel and I was just talking about video. So a guy I know out in California, Kenny Fast, he's a team leader with EXP. His team's name is Team Fast. He's known as the Fast Agent, and he's actually going to be on tomorrow. But I was on a panel of his doing, you know, a thing on video, and we were talking about other people to follow on Instagram to see good content. And this guy was like, oh, Stephen Kim is a really good guy to follow. and I was like, I kind of laughed, and he was like, and I was like, yeah, I think I commented, I was like, yeah, like he's good, you know, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I've actually never met him. And I'm not even sure why I started following him, but like, I follow this guy on Instagram, and he's like, I just love his content. Like, he's just so positive. He's just this, he's this, that. He always highlights great things about neighborhoods and, you know, and the conversation went on. And after, we were texting, this guy and I was like, hey, like, you know, I loved your panel. We were trading some secrets about, you know, editing and stuff like that. And I was like, so you don't know Steve Kim at all? And he was like, no. And I was like, well, like, just so you know, like, he's actually like this in real life. He like truly is like actually like, if you stand up a little bit and show your shirt, like your shirt, his Steve's tagline or Steve's thing that he says on every single video is to be great and be kind. And, you know, before I knew you, I was like, okay, yeah, be great, be kind, whatever. But like then when I met you, I was like, this is truly who you are and truly, you know. So yeah, it's just kind of cool. It's kind of cool how social media is and how it travels. And, you know,
it's funny because people are like, you know, what's your superpower? Like, as an agent, what's your superpower? And so what's the canned comment? I'm a fierce negotiator. I'm a master marketer, things like that. At the end of the day, it's like, I'm a genuinely just kind person. And I don't say that to be like egotistical or anything, but like, it's the one quality trait that I get from every single one of my clients is like, dude is just super kind. And guess what? They know that. They know that I'm kind. And because I'm kind, I'm never going to take advantage of the situation. I'm never going to force you to do something you shouldn't be doing, because from kindness comes so much more. And most of all, the most important thing is trust. Through kindness comes trust. So yeah, that's cool. That's a funny story. I remember you shared that with me and I was like, that's what a small world. But again, that's social media though. This is a guy on the other side of the continent who sees what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I just want to share one quick thing. I know we're getting close to the end here. Is for everyone who hasn't started video, now more than ever is the opportunity to start video. The viewership is through the roof. The cost of entry to get in right now is so cheap. So cheap that we probably won't see this level of entry ever again, unless we go through another health crisis, whatever the case may be. Please start putting out your content right now. Be the HGTV. You don't need to be on TV. Your TV is right here. Social media, everyone's watching you there. So now more than ever, build your brand, and your brand has to be predicated on you being you. Don't fake it till you make it. What's your personal content? What's the value you're going to provide for people? And please just don't make it about real estate. I'm begging you. Don't just make it about real estate all the time.
So here's a question we just got. Speaking of not making it about real estate, what about keeping your clients happy by showing them that you are showing their homes on your channels?
Yeah, great. So then do it, because we're here to represent our clients. So the clients will say, in terms of marketing, what do we do? We do social media marketing, we do realtor.ca, realtor.com, we expose it to multiple websites, international buyers, like things like that. So you have to navigate what your client wants, obviously, because you're representing their interest. And so if they want something on social media, great, fantastic. Then you put it on social media.
So it's part of that. You would say that's part of your 20% of business versus the 80% personal would be houses.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know that you do property tours of all of your homes.
Yeah, I do property tours of all of my homes, but I don't post all of them on social media. So I have my just listed video, like my listing videos I love. I don't do them kind of the cookie cutter-ish way. So those I'll sprinkle on social media, but again, it's what my clients are most comfortable with. Some clients are like, I don't want this to be blasted on social media. I want you to take more of a concerted approach, like targeting through Facebook ads. That's what I want to see. So again, you take the direction of your clients. What I'm just saying is, like, don't just punch me in the face with all of your content of just listed, just sold cards. I don't know. Please don't do that. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, no, it answers my thoughts of that question, but yeah. No,
I know you're the same way too, though, Katie. I know that about you. That's why we get along so well. That and we both love dumplings.
Man, we both love dumplings. I'm upset that your trip to Dallas got tabled for now, because I'm like, man, we could have eaten so many dumplings down here in Texas.
Don't even start. Don't even start.
Great.
Don't tease me. Don't tease me.
So yeah, so Steve, Kim, and I, was that in Orlando? No, that was in California. Yeah, was that at Summit? We went out to dinner and ate so much food. It was unreal.
Yeah, I honestly ate you under the table. Like I thought you could bring it, but you gave in so easily. Like, weak performance. Weak.
Man, I am really glad that we spent this time together today. So one other comment from Julia. She says, as a new agent, it's tough not to do that, that you want to show your sales cred.
Okay, so Julia, I just see it. As a new agent, it's tough not to do that, to want to show your sales cred. Okay, no, I understand that. Look, as a new agent, I get it. But Julia, I'm just going to emphasize this again. You're going to fall into the trap of the sea of sameness. It's an ego play for me, I believe. And again, this is my hypothesis, is that when we see things like that, it's just us following the herd. And us following the herd right now, when I see a lot of realtors just post that, it's, for me, I think it's an ego play. And it's not, I'm not trying to call people out, but I genuinely believe it's just an ego play, is that I'm going to just put this so that you see this. But at the end of the day, what's the connection, Julia? That's what I want you to know. I want you to maybe answer that. If you're just hitting me with just listed and just sold, what's the personal connection that I'm going to make with you? So much so as that I'm going to take the time to send you a DM or pick up my phone and call you. There is no connection. There is no connection. At least there isn't from me and from a lot of clients that I speak to. So great question, though.
Yeah, I mean, and again, like, I don't think that, like, Stephen and I think have a little bit of differing views on this, and that's fine, right? Like, I don't think that you shouldn't not post it. Like, you can have that in there. There should be some proof of success.
Yeah.
There should be some of that. And I think, one that I like that you do a lot are testimonials.
Yes.
So I really like those. I think that one of the things that I like is we actually had one of our sellers do a testimonial, and then what I did is I broke down exactly all of the things that went into the sale, right? So we had a multiple offer situation. It went under market, or it went under contract very quickly. But what we broke down was, well, these were the video views. These were the amount of people that came through to the open house. These are all of the things we did. Because I think too frequently we see sold in a day, multiple offers, and that gives consumers the thought that like, oh, well then real estate must be easy. I'll sell it myself, right? But there's so much that goes into it on the back end. And I think one team that really does a good job are Krista and Aaron Farr, the Farr Group out in Washington, I think is where they are. Yeah. They do a fabulous job because almost every single one of their homes is multiple offers. I think it's a hot market, but multiple offers. The marketing that they do is unreal. So they really do a good job of highlighting that. And I think they're someone that does have a lot of just listed, just sold on their social, but they have so much stuff about their family. They have so much stuff about the things that they're doing for their clients and the way that they support their community. So I think we have a little bit of differing opinions, but like I don't think that it's necessarily bad to have some. So
no, and if you're going to do the just listed and just sold, and I'm going to piggyback onto what you just shared, Katie, please tell the story. There's so much power in the story. The story of like, how did you get the house prepared? Were the sellers anxious? Were they nervous? How did you navigate that situation when it came to you accepting offers? And the best way to do that is through kind of, and I call it social proof. So my just listed or my just sold campaigns are actually client testimonials and listing videos, but you'll rarely see me put up a just listed, just sold. It's funny because I was on Marketing Edge a couple of weeks ago with Tom Ferry, and I had an agent, where was it? Seattle, in Seattle, be like, how many deals have you closed this year already? Because he's like, I've gone through your feed, and he's like, I haven't seen any property posts. And I'm like, awesome. I have 17 contracts closed. I have 5 pending, and I have 8 coming soon.
As an individual agent, because this is all your team.
This is me.
Yeah.
This is me. I'm building a team now. I have Carolina. She's amazing. Beverly. They just started, but that's me. The thing is like for him, he was like, honestly, he's like, that was a monster wake up call for him. And I love hearing that. So Julia, if you're going to put just listed and just sold, tell the story, whether it's a really nice crafted story or a story in the post. Better yet, get the client to tell the story, to have them speak your praises. It's so much more beneficial, more powerful.
Yeah.
Good question though.
Cool. Varsha said, it's so refreshing to hear you suggest posting content outside of real estate, especially as a newer agent. More foodie videos coming up. Cool.
Sorry for like this frozen face. I'm usually like really smiley, but it's all good.
You are fine.
Awesome. Varsha. I like Varsha. I need to meet you.
Send him a DM.
100%. And the thing is, like, for people who watch it, whether it's live now or whether it's after the fact, Katie, I know you're the exact same way. Like, send us a DM. Like, we're happy to serve. We're happy to help. That's the one thing that I love about you, Katie, is like just the service. You're always wanting to help in an authentic way for people. And so that's why, like, you're my favorite realtor in the entire United States of America, maybe even the world.
You're funny. Cool. Well, I appreciate your time. And I'll let you get back to your day. Is there anything else that you wanted to add or share or anything?
You know what? We talked, just quickly, just to talk about different social media platforms. Like that Instagram content can go anywhere. So you'll get the Instagram crowd. And then I post it on my Facebook business and my Facebook personal, and I put it on Twitter and I put it on LinkedIn. And guess what? I don't do anything different in terms of editing. It's the same video edited the same way on 5 or 6 different platforms. So you're just cast that largest net right now. And so just start, create the content, stay consistent, the pursuit of progress, not the pursuit of perfection, and always
be great, be kind. Awesome. Cool, man. Well, thank you so much for your time today. It was absolutely fabulous to spend time with you, and I'll sign off.
Awesome. Sounds good.